an identity. We wasn't borrowing from London no more.
It's jump-up party music. That's the thing with Bassline. It is for the rave. That's what it is. It's for the rave, and thus for the car, for your home, but really, it's for the rave.
Being a northern sound, I think it helped because it was just our thing, and people embraced that more. And it felt like when you heard a Bassline track, it was like, yeah, that's ours.
It differentiated from MJ Cole style garage, from the Grant Nelson style garage. And although it fell within the garage genre, it's a different sort of sound.
We come out of our bedrooms and we're able to make British music history. I didn't realise how big the movement was going to be and what I'm a part of. I was just doing it, and it was just part of culture, because like I said, it was way before me, mate.
Remember this?
Society days.
Yeah.
Thursday nights.
Yeah, Thursday night. Sean Maga Scott used to play. This on the part.
Remember I would do it, all them things. It was our sound, it was not borrowed from anywhere, it was influenced and we brought it together. You've had Britpop and you've had, you know, your electronic pop era and you've had your walk, but this was truly cultural and truly homegrown and truly celebrated and shared by local people. I don't even think people outside the city or area even knew that really. They'd come up and be like, what? But for us it was just normal, and I think that was the beauty of Bassline music at that time. It was a one-in-a-generation type of thing that I don't know if I'll ever see again.
I first got into Bassline when I was about 16 years old. I was listening to a lot of Boiler House and niche tape packs. And I just kind of fell in love with the sound. Really started listening to speed garage and 4x4, which was more like Sheffield, Leeds, up north kind of sound. When I started coming into the scene, it started getting a lot more heavy and really a lot more bass and club influence. And we, as like northern producers and artists, kind of put our stamp on it. There's so many different elements to the music that it just makes it so accessible.
Around my way, I think it was a popular sound coming from Sheffield, but a lot of people from around my way was listening to the sound. And, you know, around 2005, I just started dibbling and dabbling in Bassline tunes. Niche was obviously the founding place of Bassline. That's where it all started, the sound, the ravers, you know what I mean? I think Niche Club was operating from like the mid-90s all the way up to the early 2000s. Between that time, that's the evolution of the sound, where they were mixing speed garage records with house records and things like that. To be honest with you, I've never been inside the original Niche Club. I was a bit too young. There was older people from around my way that used to go there and tell us all the stories, and we were kind of infatuated about Niche. You have to remember that's before we termed it Bassline, it was called Niche, based on the club, because that's the only place you could find that particular sound.
Yeah, this track was like a big track in Niche at the time. I think it came out 2004.
You see the car like that, everyone was just like this, get it down. Woo! Man, it was in the rave like.
The trick with Bassline was to keep everything jumpy. I call it up, down feeling. The young scene, so we didn't have big, massive studios with great equipment and stuff. We worked with what we had. In Bassline, they kind of defined it by the type of bass they were using. It was like a whomp. I don't know how to describe it, but to me it sounded like a circle. It got to a point where 2 seconds in you could hear a tune. Even though it was a 4/4 tune, even though it had choppy vocals, you could say that's a Bassline tune because of the sound of the bass.
Mike Delinquent here till 10. Let's get into the mix. It was very fresh scene. It was based on always having new music getting played every week. If you played a track from 6 months or 12 months prior to that, the crowd will kind of sort of look at you and say, why are you doing that for? Because of the emergence of dubstep and grime, we missed that raving culture, the proper raving culture. So when we were making our garage and our bassline, we tried to make sure that these tunes were danceable. You could tell from looking at the ravers that they were working till Friday, and you knew that Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday, if it was on, they'd be looking for a bassline rave.
I was there every week. Yeah, sometimes we were going like twice a week even. Whenever there was a rave on, where I was going. My friend used to pick me up straight from work. Sometimes I'd even get ready in his car and we'd have like bassline on all the way to Leeds. When we used to be stood in the queue, like waiting to get in, you can hear the bass. Sometimes in the clubs, the windows would be vibrating outside. People would be driving slow past, windows down, obviously bassline banging out. As soon as you get in there, everyone's just on the dance floor, like straight away, doesn't matter how early it is. And then when you used to come out of the club as well, there'd be people just parked up, like with the bassline tunes on.
There used to be like 6, 7 cars coming from Manchester, like with all the new CDs that we'd got, and there'd be 7 cars parked in a row in the reservoir, and we'd be there from 6 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon, like just going off, like
just the music,
we'd
blasting
just
out the
blasting
cars.
out the cars.
That's not really a bassline rave, that was in France. That was rubbish. That's an event from Dewsbury. That's the Northern Line event at Dewsbury. Fly's pretty rubbish, isn't it? All over Midlands and the North, there were different nights springing up and emerging. I know in Leicester there was Download, which was a massive night. And you had Nitrate running, Pure Bass in Birmingham, and a couple of other events in Birmingham. Up in Leeds, you had Buzz, which was every Friday and Saturday night, and that was very serious. There was another club up in Dewsbury. It was a random smallest town, like the DJs that played in Dewsbury understood it was proper. Dewsbury was special, man.
Where are we? Dewsbury, in big man Vinny's shop, boss man.
Big up Vinny. What's so special about this night, man, this club thing? What's it called again? Sheridan's, yeah?
Unit 51. When I first heard about the music, I said, oh, fuck that. My brethren said, watch, I'm gonna bring you there and show you a new world. When I went up here, I was bare chest in the rave again. Bare chest in the rave. And I was wasted, and I loved it.
Yeah, so Vinny, you're the man who's responsible.
I am
yeah?
the man that's responsible for all this. Getting people from all over the country, from Bristol, London to Liverpool, and they all shake your hand at the end of the night and say they've never ever been to something like this.
The place is a dump, yeah.
It's been
a dump, yeah, but fucking hell, the vibe that is in there is amazing.
We call it a cowshed.
Everyone has fun. There's loads of gal, too much gal. If you can't get a gal there, then fucking hell.
I told them we're going to still be about an hour.
Well, they're going to have to wait, or we'll just have to meet him there.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a few mad nights in Sheridan's that I'll always remember. Like, if you mention Sheridan's to people now, they're like, oh, God, you went there. Sheridan's at that time was the place to be.
So a lot of my friends was going Sheridan's and my tunes was getting played in there. I'm getting everyone ringing me up daft o'clock, trying to talk about, I've heard your tune in there. And before I even got booked, I said, let me just go and have a butcher's and see what's going on in Sheridan's. It was like the wild, wild west. You ain't seen nothing like it. And the sweat's dripping from the flipping ceiling. It's packed to the maximum. You can't even breathe normally. But it was the best feeling you've ever had in your life.
These are the times, you know, when you're so excited in the club, you're banging on woodwork, hitting the palm of your hand, you're so excited.
There was this cage, and you play a tune and people start banging on the cage, yeah? Start banging on the cage, banging hard on the cage. One time the cage just bust and like, the cage came down behind the box.
It's open at like
12 or
yeah,
something?
about 12, yeah. Because I was on 1Extra on the Friday nights, not sleep, to get home Saturday mornings, to like sleep late evening, wake up 2 o'clock in the morning from go to Sheridan's, and then not leave till like 6, 7. Mad, man, it was a good night, man, and I met a lot of good people there as well.
One thing I remember about Sheridan's though, when it was time to go and them dogs came out, there was no hanging around.
You won't get no trouble, my doggy. Come on, bite your ass, class.
Any newcomer could just go there. It was a good platform for most people up north.
It gave opportunity to a lot of people that was coming up. Like T2 played his first set in there. I remember T2 was playing and Sean Scott was like actually teaching him to mix while he was playing his first set in Sheridan's.
Didn't know how to use CDJs, Pioneer CDJs Mark 1s. I put the tune on, but I don't know what I was meant to do, but all I know is this, I ejected the wrong deck. The club was absolutely popular at that time and the club went quiet. I'm like, fucking hell.
We were raving to what we were putting out there. So that's where the baseline was tight because we were all loving it, and that's where it's like we all come together as a team. It doesn't matter if we T2, Q, it's almost like you become one big
I'll never
family.
forget T2 booked us for a rave when he was 15. That's how the scene was. TS7 come out at 15, smashed it straight. As long as you had the love for it and you had the talent and you could do whatever.
Because I see people that was out in the beginning, yeah? And then I see him now and ask him how old they are, they say, 25, 20, and I'm like, hey. Because me, I'm knocking on now. I'm a bit older than that, but so back then they must have been like 15, 16 in the pubs and that, man. Mad.
Bassline was massive from like Birmingham all the way up to like Leeds. It was huge. So we had our own labels, we had our own club nights, our own artists, great vibes. Everyone was into the music and it was just like everywhere. Bassline was everywhere, man.
By that point, everyone could see that the way that the scene was going and how well it was being received, and the only next step for it was to national charts. A lot of people started getting the idea of, right, you need a song, you need a bassline song.
What's this all about? What's this all about? What's this all about? What's this?
Remember when it first dropped? Terrible. Remember Nene, 330?
Have you got that?
Yeah.
But when it was peaking, it was super exciting. The music was at its best. It sounded great, it sounded really fresh. It felt like something was really happening. But then, you know, it was very popular, so you'd hear it everywhere. And even if you didn't like it or you weren't going raving, you knew about it, and it was part of our culture, I suppose.
To be honest with you, in the bassline rave, a lot of fashion crimes were getting committed. We'll get that very clear. I mean, I've seen girls in pom-pom shorts and all sorts in the bassline rave. A lot of people was wearing Lacoste tops, Lyle and Scott tops and things like that. You got the odd few guys that were a bit ahead. 2006, that had the Ed Hardy bit.
They all used to have Adidas PTs or Air Max 90s, and the girls, same, used to be like either fitted dresses or like looking nice, but then they'd be wearing trainers.
Some people had come up dolled up to 90s. I remember one guy coming in a Spider-Man outfit. He was proper like going all around.
We were doing more promotions, so we wore black hot pants, knee-high socks, heels. It was sexy.
Shades were like a big thing. Loads of records talking about shades and sunglasses.
Everyone had the sunglasses on in the club. If you didn't know what was going on, it's like what's beyond them glasses is for you not to see, not just having sunglasses to be cool, you know what I mean? They're flying a friend disguise, but at the end of the day, I don't know how the frig everyone's seen out of them glasses. You're so smoked out in the club, you needed a pair of glasses.
Yo, I just remember these tunes from the rave.
Remember the Sheridans? That's the hands up.
Hands in the air. Remember just... Oh,
yo, deep watch. Do the lead girl skunk.
Remember? It was just freedom of expression because our man used to do everything in the rave.
Everyone was just moving freely.
I seen people walking through the rave doing, I don't even know what it is.
That was steamy, that wasn't it?
I just see so many people doing it in the rave. Girls down to boys, everything.
Everybody off the rec, so you just dance however you wanted to dance.
People used to do like voguing, but it would be like a bassline version.
People were putting on masks, people were putting on gloves, people were skipping, people were golf clubbing.
Everyone were getting down. Didn't really matter how you danced, you had your own style.
Some things in there you'll never see anywhere else. You'd feel intimidated, but yeah, no one was intimidating, it's just how that's just how, yeah. White, black, Asian, Chinese, girl, boy, fat, slim, it didn't matter what. You was in there, everyone together.
It was that era of the camera phone, do you know what I mean? So everything, pictures, MySpace.
During the week, everyone was on MySpace connecting with people and stuff. And as artists, you could have like a song playing, people used to add them to theirs, and then by the time it got to the weekend, get played in the clubs and it was like, yeah.
Mad.
A lot of it wasn't on vinyl. Your tune collection would be acquired by people that you know. Everyone knew the producers, they knew the DJ. You would have to send each other tunes.
I used to connect with the DJs through MSN and the producers through MSN and MySpace to the people out there.
There was a lot of younger people that weren't going out to the club, but it was on MySpace, so they got to grasp the sound as well.
Bluetooth played an important part in Bassline blowing up because people used to like, oh, have you heard this song? And then, yeah, I've got it on Bluetooth, you know, Bluetooth it to each other.
A young kid can have friends in Bradford and you live in Leeds. With my tune on your phone rings, you've got people that are like, what's that tune? Send me it. They were sending me it. That's the viral factors.
When it all started getting put on YouTube, there was a channel for it. As It Is TV, was it? There was actually, is that what it was called? As It Is TV? Don P and that, and then that's who was the ones that started making it more viral then, because they started doing the videos and the stuff. And yeah, it was just a whole mental time.
As It Is TV, jeez, you don't know, man, it's fucking... Where are we now? Just arriving in Leeds, you get me?
No, let me get that sign.
Yeah, LWEDS.
I think Bassline was very underground till 2007, certainly in the summer of 2006. Resorts such as Napa, Malia were playing a lot of Bassline. Northern ravers were raving in these resorts. DJs who maybe were playing garage before or playing R&B, they had to fit Bassline into their set.
Bassline was everywhere. 13-year-old boys and girls playing it on the phones at school, adults raving to it.
I hear it out of taxis, in shops, out of clubs, obviously, and it was just the soundtrack to the city for a good few years.
Get the crowd high. You what? Spawns on the mic. You what? Get mad how you like. You what? No beef, just vibes. You what? Mad how you like. You what? No beef, just vibes.
We made the track just for us, basically, just messing about in the studio. You what? Because in Sheridan's, we always used to shout. Everyone used to sing along, so we thought, you know what? Before someone else steals it, we need to put it in a song. So we've done it, and then from when it was in the song, that was the stamp. I used to start my sets with it. Sometimes I even used to finish my sets with it as well. It just went off.
We get the crowd hype. You what? It's bones on the mic. You what? Mad how you like. You what? No beef, just vibes.
It grew from the underground and the council estates and the hoods and the little low-key areas, and then all of a sudden, it went mainstream, and we had school uniforms on. And with these dancers, and we had all this thing going on and whatever, and then the next minute, you know, we had 10 million views and we was at number 2. So it was like...
We were actually performing that for 2 years before it even got signed.
When the tune came out, we was like, how's this going to do well? Because everyone's got it. It's on 101 mixed CDs out there, and everyone knows it. Aren't you a bit sick of it? Because we are.
There was kind of a bit of a release war from the two labels. So we had Ministry releasing H2O and Platinum, and then Delinquent and Cat was literally a week apart. Because to see a track from 2005 get played in every city and then gradually get bigger and bigger and then end up in the UK national chart, and in the end it came in at 19, which was a great result for us.
T2 got in the charts, that was just mental, like, because to a lot of people that's just raving music, and that's for all of a sudden these top 10 artists.
The time when I realised that Heartbroken was going to be a hit, and when he was constantly getting played on Radio 1 Extra.
Went straight into #1 on the UK Garage chart, and it stayed #1 on the UK Garage chart for about 6 months.
The people that originally heard the tune was actually sick of it. I was sick of it myself, to be honest with you.
Don't think T made any more Bassline tunes after Heartbroken. It would have been nice if he made a couple more Bassline tunes. My personal opinion was Bassline was on the downward spiral anyway. By the time the comps came out, like Sounds of the Bassline and that, it had already peaked.
Once majors start showing interest, you get more of the type of tunes in the scene that people think are going